Okay, I'm going to open some of the cars that I've collected in the last week or so that will go into my own collection. So if you don't like cards being opened, look away now. Okay, we'll start off with this Supra. Definitely one to go into my collection. I'll have a closer look at him. Very, very nice. Okay, next one will be this Hemi Challenger, 1970 Dodge Hemi Challenger. Closer look at him. We can get this thing into focus. Oh, I do like these cars. So next would be this Ferrari SF90 Stradale. I'm so glad that Hot Wheels has brought out the Ferraris again. Let's have a look at him. Oh, the Ferrari badge. So this one in black is really, really cool. Next up we'll have this Porsche 911 Carrera T. These gold rims are really good on it. Nice Porsche badge in front. Black bases do make it a bit difficult to actually read them. But look at that from the front. Wow, what a car. Absolutely love it. So next up we'll have this Mercedes-Benz CLA. I think it's actually one of these glow-in-the-dark cars. '68 is obviously the year that Hot Wheels started. I'm not so sure if I like the color scheme on this, but the car itself is really, really nice. Again, a black base, which makes it a bit difficult to read. Next, we're going to have this little tuned Pagani Zonda Sync. Not so big on the tuned cars, but I do like the Paganis. The only problem with the Beganis is it misses these mirrors in front that stand out so nicely. Again, a black base makes it a bit difficult to read, but otherwise cool, man. Next we have the Ferrari Dino 206. It's labeled as a Ferrari, but Dino was actually meant to be its own brand. It wasn't meant to be part of Ferrari. The reason being is Ferrari was V12s. I think this was just a V8. So Enzo wanted to make a brand called Dino after his late son. But somehow in the end, this actually ended up being part of the Ferraris. It's recognized as a Ferrari nowadays. But for many years it wasn't. Let's have a look. It's so cool from the front. So when you see another one just now, you'll see a tire variation on it. Oh, red's even more difficult to read. There we go. And we have one that I really like. I am a big German car fan, so I very much like BMW. Do some comments on the cars would be appreciated. Tell me what you think of them. Oh, the front looks good. It's just a pity there's no sort of headlight detail. One's obviously for GT3 racing. You see at the bottom. Wow, okay. Now we go on to another tuned car. This time it is VW Golf Mark 1. Vroom. Got a couple of these Golfers. I've got the one from the 56th anniversary. I've got the Treasure Hunt one. So I'd like to see a full size, not a tuned Golf. It would be quite nice. Of course it's red at the bottom, which makes it difficult to read it, but anyway. Next up is another one of my favorite car brands, Porsche. Again, German. I do like the German cars. Let's try and get this thing open. Some of these are so difficult to open, others are so easy to open. This is one of the more difficult ones, obviously. Let's have a closer look at him. He hasn't got much livery on the front or on the side, so we expect some detail, nice detail on the front and back. This is the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Yeah, we've got some decent livery there at the back. Turbo S on the number plate. And then we get to my favorite castings of Hot Wheels. I just really like this 1970 Ford Escort RS 1600s. So I've got quite a few of them in my collection. really like the front end of it. Next up we have the Ford Shelby GT500. I think in Gone in 60 Seconds this was called Eleanor. So tell me if I'm wrong. There's the 68 Hot Wheels. Yeah, Hot Wheels came about. I quite like the screen on it. All I know is I'm going to have to get more racks when I get back home. Next we have some American muscle. This is the Corvette Grand Sport. These cars do look good from the front, don't they? Next up we go to Britain for the Mini Cooper S. Not a bad looking little car. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in my collection or not. This is older money. I prefer the newer ones. Another one I've got quite a lot of in my collection is this Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400. So Hot Wheels has brought this one out in quite a few different variations, color variations. I will later be putting them all on my turntable as individual ones. See how it goes from there. Next, another German brand. So I love Audis. So I love most of the German brands. I'm not a big fan of the Mercs. But I do like the BMW. I do like the Audi. I do like the Porsche. Very nice rims on it. Wow. Front looks really good. So I like it when there's not much livery on it and got some details on the back and the front. Even that back looks really, really good. This is the RS6. I collect the RS6s and RX7s. I don't do the 2s. So next up would be my favorite Japanese brand, which is the Subaru. So I like the Subaru Imprezas very much. Also like the normal WRXs. WRX STR is also pretty good. I think the Imprezas are way nicer. Come on. Looks good. Nice color variations or colors on him. So this blue with the gold sort of trimming is really, really nice. Then we have the one from the 56th anniversary colouring. I did have this one before, but it was only, it was a set, and there was only the one in the set, so I didn't want to break the set. I wanted to sell it as a set, so I was hoping to find another one, and luckily enough I did. Fort Cosworth, Sierra Cosworth. I mean, these cars were big in South Africa in the 80s, affectionately known as the Cosy. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I'm glad to add this one to my collection, very glad. Okay, we'll get on to some premiums. I'm going to start off with this Supra from the Fast and Furious. The premium real rider cars are usually very difficult to get out of the package. So they're really stuck in there tight. Oh, lots of weight to it. Got the rubber tires. Stunning, stunning car. That's unfortunate. They're pretty expensive back home. Premium cars. So luckily over here in the US, they're still pretty cheap if you can do the conversion. Wow. Here's one you might look away again. This is a treasure hunt. Let's see if it's an American card. So it's a treasure hunt from the L case of, I think it's 2025. As you can see, there's your treasure hunt, or your treasure hunt logo. Nice little Honda. Good one to actually make a treasure hunt. I like it when they base them on real cars rather than the fantasy cars. Next up, we're going to have the Corvette C8R, also premium, our race day collection. Oh, this car is extremely heavy. Okay, it's pretty cool. A very, very heavy car, this. Again, the rubber tires. Nice detail on it. Very nice back end as well. Corvette logo on top. USA flag on top. Oh man. So glad to actually add a car like this to my collection. Next up, we've got another premium. This time it's from the Fast and Furious. It is the W Motors Lycan Hypersport. I never actually thought that we'd see cars like this in Hot Wheels. And I'm glad they do these sort of unknown cars. I mean, I think if it wasn't for Fast and Furious, no one would actually really know this car. Nice and heavy, rubber tires. Stunning car, if you think about it, if you look at it closer. A bit of a pig warmer here in the US. I'm sure it's going to be quite popular back home. I gotta say, really, really nice. Wow. So glad to add this to my collection as well. Okay, now we go to the Chevy Impala. 1959 Chevy Impala. Very white, very green. Sort of one that I was, couldn't quite decide on whether I wanted it in my collection or not. In the end I changed my mind and actually decided I will put it in my collection. Problem is, you have to be quite specific in your collection, otherwise this hobby can cost you a lot of money. So I do try and just take the car makes, etc. I really like. And the last thing we're going to be opening is this 5-pack, this Ferrari 5-pack. I know a lot of people are going to scream and shout about me opening it. But look, I don't collect on cards, I don't collect the 5-packs, I collect single cars, and I add them to my collection, which is loose cars. I'm really battling to get this open. Now we can look at them individually. We'll start off with I think this is this is the 365 GT4C. This specific one I won't be adding to my collection. So then we have, which one's this? Stradale. SF90 Stradale, yeah. This time in red, we've actually just seen it in black. Well, this Ferrari red is very nice. I do think I prefer the black one though. Yeah, we have another one of the Dinos, the 206 GT Dino. No, we just looked at one, but I'll show you there is a difference between them. So they'll both be going to my collection. Here's the other one. You can see the different wheels. So due to their variation, they'll definitely both go into my collection. As this is a 5-pack, it should say made in Indonesia as well. Very cool. Okay, and then we have the, what's this, the 12 cylindry. Definitely go into my collection. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, and then the last car we're going to look at will be the F40 Competizione. F40 came out as a celebration of the 40th anniversary of Ferrari. The F50 was obviously the 50th anniversary. Okay, well, thanks for joining. Thanks for the likes, etc. I very much appreciate it. Cheers all.